What's up, boosting bullshitters?
How's that? All children of all ages. Episode number 29, big guy.
Oh my God, we almost over the hill.
Almost over the hill. Hey, this episode brought to you by the one and only Synergy Composites.
Synergy Composites, making bodies for us.
They do. And they're the best in the business. So if you need a body, you know where to go.
Yep. Yeah, Synergy Composites is proud sponsor of Boosting Bullshit. They've been on with us, 5 or 6 episodes now?
That is correct.
Yep.
Correct, Mundo.
We want to thank them for being behind us. So everybody's back to normal now. I guess we're back to our normal
reality.
Reality. We got out of the 80-degree weather and back to the I came home to 80-degree weather. It's been kind of nice.
I stayed in 80-degree.
I know you stayed. You didn't. You vacated.
I did. I stayed the extra couple of days. Actually, I flew home and then flew back. I put in some air miles, bud.
Okay, cool.
But, hey, that was a long week.
It was. I mean, it definitely was a long week, and we got there early. World Series of Pro Mod. You know, you have to get there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there. Really cold Monday, really cold and windy Tuesday. You tried to do some testing, and I didn't really test much, but I did Wednesday, so it worked out great for us.
Yeah, everybody tested Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, that was just kind of, I guess you were testing some new stuff and wanted to try it out, but those conditions was not what we was going to be racing in.
Yeah, no, it was one of those things. A lot of people did test, and I think most of the people I talked to that did test had to end up redoing their whole setup to either get down for the weather conditions or the way the track was. Wednesday kind of got back to normal, I think. I made a couple of half trackers. Just didn't really see the need to show my hand there. Not that I didn't want to show my hand, it just didn't want to beat up on it out the back.
Yeah, no sense in beating it up. You know, if you go to the 330, you know what it's going to go out the back.
Yeah, which I kind of wish I had because I ended up finding a boost leak Q1. I didn't run too well. Victor Alvarez picked up, low qualifier for Q1. He got that Pro Line 5,000 or 7,500, 5,000 this time.
5,000, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
He picked that up. I mean, it's a week of testing, and then you out Q1, so it's not really right off the trailer.
Yep.
But what a race!
It was a race. It was World Series of Pro Mod, which is entity in itself. It's kind of strange the way I can't really explain it. I know me and you both talk about it a lot. I think a lot of people came into this race not really knowing what to expect. Some guys had been there before, some guys that hadn't been there before. It was a whirlwind. Like you say, the weather was a roller coaster, as somebody just said in the comments. It was really cold Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday kind of got back to normal. It's still chilly in the mornings.
Yep.
They threw a curveball at us, what they've done for the last 2 races, which actually I think worked out better for most people, where it didn't matter how you qualified before. It's where you were qualified at. So a lot of times guys don't know the round before qualifying determined how you went out in the next round. So you couldn't really skip around and you couldn't really lay off around. You had to go for it strong every run so you can kind of be in that back of the pack.
And then they did invert it late, right? The last round they inverted it.
No, that was that Saturday morning one. Friday morning. They did an inverted one because they wanted the faster cars to be out in the better conditions. I didn't really agree with that. I know why they did it. I think it was a great move as far as if you were a fast car and you wanted to go out early, because it did. But I think it didn't give the guys who maybe could have got in on a shitty. It's like you were in a shitty session, you stayed in a shitty session.
Yes.
Where if you're a fast car and you got to go out last at night sessions, it helped the guys that needed a little bit of help early in the day that would have got better runs that morning, where I would have been out and you would have been out at like 12 or 2 if we started at 10.
For sure. If you're in that 25th to 32nd spot or anywhere that you want to run early, like if you keep having to run at the back of the pack, you're not really going to move up with the conditions.
No, I didn't really like the 5 qualifiers either. I felt like maybe the 5th qualifier was, I mean, we did it for the fans. I think the fans like to see it, but I don't think it really maybe affected maybe 1 or 2 people.
It knocked me out.
Yeah, so it moved things around that, maybe it helped a couple people and hurt a couple people.
Yep.
I
I
don't
mean,
really.
I do think it's for the show, right? It's for the show ultimately to tighten the field up and get that last qualifier and, uh, I really do, and it was a great show for the fans. That last qualifier was a great show, but boy, I was praying for rain,
Yeah,
but
yeah, so,
it did knock
uh
me out, 002 out. I missed it by 002, so
yep, and that's a rough deal, and I kinda stayed up front. I had bad spark plug, I had a boost leak, I had a bad spark plug 1 round, so going into the 3rd round, I mean, I wasn't out, but I was 58, that 1 run when the spark plug went out about 3:30, but still, you know, just kinda one of those things. You got to kind of play the chess move. I think maybe the way they moved the qualifying around kind of took the chess moves out of it a little bit, and it just was basically a balls out race. And it worked for some people and it didn't for others.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it did. It knocked it out, and that was the first time I DQ'd any of the Winter Series stuff. But you
Yeah.
know what? It's 60 badass cars there, and you got to be on your game. Period. I don't care how many
Yep.
qualifiers it is. I didn't have I couldn't run 55 or 56. We just couldn't. We was trying some stuff, and it just was not gonna happen.
No, and I think I wanted to try some things earlier in the week. We had some different things we wanted to try, and I didn't because the weather was really good Tuesday and the track was kind of iffy, and I don't think I would have learned anything. And then Wednesday, I didn't really want to spend all day my test days just trying this thing that I didn't know if it was going to work or whatever it was going to do. So I didn't end up doing that. Um, my plans were to make good runs Tuesday and then play Wednesday with some new stuff, but didn't work out. And that's kind of the way it is. But
Yep.
you did not qualify, which was a shocker.
Yeah,
Y-
shocked
y-
me too, but I was praying for rain, but you know what? It is what it is. You gotta make good runs in those conditions, and we made
Yeah,
good runs. I could not run 55 or 6. I just couldn't, and,
you could
uh,
barely run 59.
yeah, we was but I mean, it would go down. I mean, went down the track 9 out of 10 times, we
Yeah.
had
I
John
mean,
gave us a really good tune-up. They're lucky we didn't get in, I'm telling you, because when the sun's out, I mean, we ran 61 to 65 every run, every
right,
single run.
right.
Just could not run that 50, could not make it run 59. It wasn't from a lack of effort, I promise you.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely wasn't. We got 2 good guys coming on tonight, that were there. We had basically one kinda rookie and then one guy that's been there before, that, he ended up taking the win there, Aaron Stanfield, great guy. I don't really personally know him that well, just know him through Tidwell and that group.
Yep.
But he did his job, he went down when he needed to. I We're gonna talk about a few things. We may ruffle a few feathers tonight. I'm gonna try not to piss off the world, but I didn't feel like that the fans or the racers got a fair shake at that race. And I'm gonna use that word exactly, shake at the race.
Mhm.
Um, but uh, you know, dude, what do you do? I mean, it's racing. You take your licks. I've been beat by stuff I've done stupid, by mechanical failures, by, just absolute get my head kicked in by guys that are faster. So, I mean, it's racing. So I don't want anybody to think that we're just bitching just to be bitching. We're just stating the facts and what we see, and it's our opinion. But, y- you know, it was a tough race. When you didn't get in, I was really surprised. Melanie didn't get in. There was a lot of fast cars that didn't get in, that had trouble, that had motor issues. I mean, God, I'd never seen so many motor issues at one race. I mean, it was broke crank after broke rod after broke tranny after broke race cars, drive shafts flying out of people's cars. I mean, it was just insane.
It was, but you're racing the biggest race of the year, and people's pushing it. I mean, and nothing against what we did. We was trying some stuff. I mean, the season's coming up, and it just what we had wasn't working in the story.
No, you're right.
And
And
you know what? It just happens. It's not from a lack of effort. We was leaning on that bitch. We was trying everything we could at it, and these guys went out there, and Aaron went out there and kicked everybody's ass, got it done for what I feel is the biggest race of the entire season, no matter where you're racing at.
Yep. And I don't want to diminish Aaron. Aaron did a great job. Their team did a great job. They were there when they need to be. He had probably the most consistent car, and he had some pedal fests. Uh, it's it's a shame that we got dealt with the racetrack that we got dealt with after first round.
It was a
Considering,
lot of shaking. It was a lot of shaking the first round, and I mean, I didn't shake, but we was in the second chance race, and I don't know
well,
what was going on up there.
we had some rain overnight, which I don't blame the rain. I don't think the rain was the issue. Uh, it's I've been to racetracks where we got feet of rain the night before and get out there and it's not that bad. But dude, I mean, I know them guys try to do the best they can with what they got, but we talked a lot of junk about uh, Donald Long's first round or second round of RVW where nobody got down the racetrack. Well, we didn't have anything any better. I mean, if we went back and did some research, I think at Snowbirds when I won, we had 2 pedal fests. We had so many cars go down the racetrack that it wasn't even. I've actually got the numbers uh, pulled up, but dude, I mean, it was sad that we got dealt with the conditions that we got dealt with at the time. Now, whose fault was it? I definitely don't think it was Drag Illustrated or Wes and them's fault. We had 80 cars at the Snowbirds. We had 0 pedal fest and 31 side by side runs through the whole thing. At the U.S. Street Nationals, we had 69 cars. We had 11 tire shakes and 2 pedal fest, 29 side by side runs. And at the World Series of Pro Mod, we had 64 pedal fests, 32 tire shakes, 11 pedal fest, and 5 side by side runs. And the man that won it probably made all 5 of them side by side runs. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if they tried something different, if they got some bad glue or what they were doing, or if it was just time restraints or whatever it was. But I feel like a lot of teams got the shit into the stick that probably didn't deserve it. I shook. I'm a little salty about it because I made the calls. We made the calls. Definitely could have slowed it down and went faster. Blevins put a good run up against me. I don't think I could have beat him if I'd have went down the racetrack because I don't think I had what he had loaded in. He went 64. And then you have some unicorns that came up, like when Gustafson goes 60 flat first round just out of nowhere, and it became a one lane racetrack, and it was tough. It was tough. It took the driver completely out of the equation and got down to the tuner and who shook and where they shook at. And it continued on after there. I think it finally got good about semis, maybe quarters. It started to come around.
Right. I mean, there was a lot of shaking. What was the reason? I don't know. I mean, I was in the second chance race, so I don't know. But I know my shit went down every run during eliminations. But we wasn't out there trying to run 50s either. So.
Right. I mean, I can tell you this from my standpoint. When I went back and looked at data, when we were in the staging lanes trying to find runs to get down the racetrack, I could not find a run slow enough to put in it that I felt like it was going to be capable of putting in it. I went back and looked at Maryland, which we run in July, which is normally a greasy racetrack because it's just the way we run it, the time of year we run it and everything. And I still don't think one of a 67 or 65, one of them runs would have went down. Greg Blevins is a great guy. Him and Jamie Miller, they had to tune up in there. They went out there and busted my head open. Way it goes. But there's a lot of other good guys that lost.
There was a lot of shaking, but then Gustafson did go 60. So
he did. So, we sit here and bitch about that, but then he does it. So what am I bitching about? I felt like maybe somewhere somebody screwed up and didn't, as far as track prep. And Wade's been doing it a long time. I don't know if he got a hold of a bad barrel, if they just didn't have time to put the effort in to get into where it needed to be. But whatever. And I mean,
Wade's one of the best. I mean, period. I don't know what went on first round. I don't know if the sun, the heat, or was track prep. I don't know. There's a million reasons. I don't think anybody had.
I heard some rumors that they weren't using PJ1. That's why and it may be rumors. I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's the case, but I think they used PJ1, and it could have been just the UV was just that high and it got to us. I would have liked seeing the 5th qualifier out, that be E1. same scenario would have happened to E2. I mean, we'd have been in the same daylight, but I think the way they did U.S. Street Nationals was a little easier to deal by. But all in all, I think it was an okay race. I mean, obviously, uh, it has a platform. It stands up there. It's probably one of the greatest races of all time at this point in time, next to the U.S. Nationals. You've won it. You know what it feels like. I've been down to some close rounds in it.
Yep.
Uh, I was upset when I lost. I wasn't too upset just because we'd been there so damn long. And I knew that the better man won that race, so I'm okay with it. And I stayed and watched a lot of it. But the guy, that won that race, he deserved it because he drove his ass off, and the tuner tuned his ass off and got it to where it needed to be.
Yep. I mean, we're all dealt the same racetrack. That's the big key.
Yep.
Right. At the end of the day, and I think Wade and them do a great job. And like I say, there was a lot of shaking. Was it the UV? Was it something on the track? I don't know, but I really, really, I mean, Gustafson goes out there and goes 60, so I don't think we really can bitch.
Gustafson,
and whatever the hell,
Gustavo,
45-pound man.
45-pound man made us all look stupid.
Yep. He went out there and ran good, so we can't say too much. Well, let's bring Aaron on. Let's get him on here before he gets he'd be back here. He'd be telling us to kick rock.
Well, he's probably just got back from Gainesville.
Yeah, just got back from Gainesville, and trying to recover. Anyways, that was a long, because we had the protest before the pro mod race, so that was a long 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I feel so bad for you driving a race car for 3 weeks straight.
I'm okay. Just trust me, I'm okay.
So what's it like winning the World Series of Pro Mod?
Man, it was pretty dang cool. That was Wes and all the Drag Illustrated people, all of them, they really know how to put on a show, and they just know how to put on a great race, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed coming out and racing with some new people, and meeting some new faces, and getting to meet some people that I've watched for a long time, even though some people like you guys, y'all don't know I'm watching, but I've been watching for a long time. And it was cool to come out and get to compete with y'all.
Sure.
Yeah, I saw your daughter was there, right? You got a small daughter.
I have both my kids there, Rowdy and Oakley.
Okay.
Yes, I named my son Rowdy, and he is Rowdy.
I think I saw your daughter in the staging lanes, and
Yeah.
I mean, she seemed like she was a handful there for a minute.
Oh yeah, she's a handful. She grabbed a big old wad of that cash, and she said, "Ooh, Daddy's got a lot of money."
Right. There you go. Was it compared to NHRA? How does the World Series feel down there? Is it, I mean, less technical side of things, I guess? I don't know technical.
Yeah.
Word, but
I think there's a lot of things different, and I think some of them are great. I think NHRA could learn a lot from how they put on the show, and how they treat their racers, and many of things. There's a I wouldn't say it was any any worse, for sure. I thought it was a pretty special moment for me,
Yep.
and no doubt one of the most memorable ones. I mean, shoot, that was my first time competing in a pro mod car, right? So it was badass.
You made it look easy. Easy.
I wouldn't say that. I think it was, I at least got a few runs to the first two races, and just barely missed the field.
Yeah.
In the first and second race, really. I heard you say, I think you said 2,000 you missed it by. I missed it by 3,000 the second race.
Yep.
So pretty exciting for all of us, and really glad I got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you did a heck of a job driving. There was some pedal fest where you had to get on and off the car, and that's something that you got to learn driving a pro mod. And with a pro stocker, you can grab a gear and keep getting it, but the pro mod's a little different. I mean,
it is. I think y'all talk about the racetrack definitely changed.
Yeah.
On race day, far different than what we had been on in the prior two races, and just prior to that, those couple of rounds during the day period. So I hadn't shaken the tire too much in it. Any runs that I had aborted was just simply from it going left or right, or whatever. So that was first round was my first real good experience at tire shake in a pro mod car. Um, so and
Perfect
it is,
timing, right?
yeah, perfect timing, right? And it is different than a pro stock car tire shake. Like when a pro stock car shakes the tire, it really the engine takes off. It goes. I mean, it goes straight to the chip. So you really you got to be quick on and off the gas, right? Those things sometimes you'll feel them, or from what I've experienced, you'll feel them shaking, but they'll go through it.
Yeah.
So it's quite a bit different sensation, from my ass in the seat, anyways.
Well, that
They
car is
they
undefeated.
call that a quiver, Jason. That's the
Yeah,
Hoosier shuffle.
I
just a
got a
little
quiver.
Hoosier.
I got a quiver. That car's undefeated. It just won the Gators.
Yeah, wow, it's crazy.
So 9 rounds of racing. Aaron steps in it, wins one of the biggest races, of the year, and probably one of the biggest races ever. And then Menholt jumps in it and goes to the finals in the Gators and whoops up on Lyle. So that they got to be pretty happy with that car combination right now.
I know they're really pumped up. I think that's 3 weekends in a row for Scott Tidwell Racing at Park One in the Winter Circle. So I know they're excited. And that race car it was great. It took a few runs. Justin Bond had been driving it, so it took a few runs to. I'm quite a bit lighter than Justin to get it to go straight enough where I could not hit the wall or take out some cones. But after we got that figured out, it was pretty good, and we made a really nice run that last qualifying session, and it set us up. And yeah, we had a few. The first 3 rounds, I think, for everybody were really tough.
Yeah.
I had a pedal at first round, and second round it was really really close, not going down the racetrack, but it it went through it, and then third round was probably the worst one.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it definitely changed, and like I say, I watched some of your rounds. I don't. Once I lost, I got plenty of time to watch, but because I don't really get a chance to watch a lot, because you guys are the same way. I can watch like the first 10 cars, then we got to go get ready, or
Yeah.
whatever, vice versa, and it changed, and then everybody knows how the chip draw is, so that just throws a variable in there that you're not used to. And what happened? And I've been meaning to ask Steve, and I really don't know the buy run that Tommy D. April got. What was that from?
Ooh.
You remember?
Oh, I think somebody had broke, and
Okay,
Yeah,
whoever drew the last chip
got the
uh,
buy.
got the buy run. I think that's
Yeah,
how it worked.
yeah. Because I noticed it was a buy, so I knew somebody either had to break that one that broke or
I
whatever.
can't remember who that was, but I think they was broke. I didn't
Yeah,
make
Yep.
it, bro.
that's tough.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's how it went. Yeah.
and
Then
you had my chip draw luck too. You didn't draw any slouchers. You had all the killers. So
yeah, I think definitely. I mean, Steve, I was watching you. You were laying down some laps in the B race, and I was like, you were running good enough to do some
Oh,
damage in the main race. So,
yeah.
we like
He
uh,
was thinking about that the whole time. That's what
Really?
he's texting me. He's like, "Man, I should have made the A race." I'm like,
yep.
"Oh, here we go."
Shoulda,
Yep.
coulda, woulda. That's how
Yeah.
that
Shoulda, coulda,
works,
woulda.
right?
Yep.
But
Hell,
I think Erica's guy, second round. I think he would have been low or second for the round in the main race.
right.
So, it just goes to show you everybody's got access to some really good equipment.
Yes.
And there's a lot of very good racers out there, and so it's brutal and tough.
When you
yeah,
got 60 or 70 cars there with the quality of people that's with all those cars and the combinations, it really makes it a tough field, and just sometimes you can't get in. I mean, you like you said, 002, 003 difference from getting in or getting out, and it just I don't know how that compares to pro stock. I mean, pro stock usually has what, 16, 18 cars.
Yeah, not that many cars can there at most be 21 cars looking for 16 spots. So
Right.
I mean, you've got 60 plus cars and probably 50 of them are capable of running in the 50s if they make a good run. So
yeah.
it's pretty wild to think. I mean, I don't, I remember watching Erica race it last year. I was like, man, I really, really would like to go and do that. And
Well, look at
so
you, and you did it, and you came out in
yeah,
the winner, man. I mean, you really did drive a good race. I watched a lot of your rounds, and I feel like you put the packages down. Your tuner did a great job getting you down the racetrack and making adjustments. You stayed calm, cool, and collective, which I think is part of it. It's almost one of them things where you're just like, okay, I'm supposed to lose, so I'm just going to do the best I can. And that's kind of the way I felt at Snowbirds, because I just felt like I kept waiting for that bullshit to hit me where it stops me, where I screw up or something breaks on the car or something. And it's like all of a sudden you're in the finals and you kind of try to do the best you can.
Yep. And look, guys, I mean, y'all know it. It takes some luck to win some of these races, and I think I had some when I needed it, and I think I did. I also think I did my job when I needed to do it as well.
There you go.
Yep. And
Of course, I saved my worst light for the final round of the whole. I think the whole entire time.
I think both of you did. Didn't both of you kind of?
Yeah, we didn't do very good in the final, but
that's the way
hell, it is what it is.
It worked out. It don't matter. You won't look back at that light.
I know it, but in the driver's seat, you always want to show you can do your job in those pressure moments.
Yep. Exactly.
Both cars that got in the finals were well-deserved cars. I think they both, had great. It was a coin toss in the finals. Like if I had to, you held a gun to my head and say you got to pick one or you're going to die. I mean, it was a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Two good race cars, and Rick and Ricky, who are working on Peter Norton cars, they used to crew chief my pro stock cars, so it was kind of a full circle moment and racing against them. And Peter at the finish line says, "Man, I bet you sure are glad I bought that car you were driving, because he was the one that bought the screw blower car that I was racing at the first two races."
Yep. And I really thought it was whoever's going to leave first in the finals. That's what I when going up there.
Well, Chris Terry bailed my ass out.
That's awesome. That's what it takes, though. It's what it does. It does. It takes it all, and with my program, same way. I got John during this. We run great during the daytime. We do, and John does a great job on that. And Jason just runs good all the fucking time.
Yeah, he does. I didn't run. I can run good when it's. I'm getting like that person that I used to beat up all the time. All I can do is run at night when the sessions are good. That's what I feel like. But I mean, Peter Norton did a heck of a job. They were pitted next to me. They had some catastrophic failure and had to go through the motor. So I kind of got to the semis because he had two of my sleeves in his motor. So that's the way I'm gonna feel.
Yeah.
So but
he did do a great job for. And he was a name that I hadn't recognized before this deal started. I mean, that's his first race car as a freaking pro mod car. Goes out and wins a championship, and does a heck of a job. And he did a great job, and pretty cool to see.
Yep.
He ran good at all three races.
He did.
Being a second generation race car driver, right?
Third generation. Yes,
sir.
Okay. Third generation.
Right. Let's see. Your dad pro stock, right? And what was your grandpa?
My grandfather just sportsman raced.
Okay.
And he was with my dad through his early pro stock truck day, or through his pro stock truck days and the early days of his pro stock career. So my family's been about motorsports, my entire life. I grew up around pro stock racing and grew up in an engine shop, and so I've eat, slept, and breathed drag racing from a very young age.
Yep. Where are you from?
I'm from Bossier City, Louisiana. Shreveport, Bossier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been down there. Nelson Hoya. Doesn't he own the track down there? Yeah.
He used to own Thunder Road Raceway in Gillum, which is about 30 minutes from my house, and he's in South Louisiana now at Belrose.
Yep. Yeah. Big import guy. Used to run imports.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool. I mean, if you had to choose right now, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh yeah,
this is gonna be on the spot.
I think I've been asked about 50 times. So.
All right. Well, I watched it the Gators this weekend. Just watching everything and pro stock. Still, I like Erica and those guys, and I grew up with Dave Conley and them guys bracket racing, so I still pay attention a lot to pro stock. But watching that, if you had to choose, which one are you going with?
I can't, and just like I'm going to tell you, just like I told everybody else, I can't choose. I can tell you, I really, really enjoyed that pro mod car. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I'm a speed freak, and I actually tune and build engines and work on those factory stock cars in the NHRA, and it's obviously much slower and it is different, but it's similar type of racing. It's power management racing, and you've got more power than you can use for a great good portion of the track. So I definitely that's what I have had my hands on working on. So I definitely enjoyed that aspect of it. I
Yeah,
enjoyed going faster and being in something that's a little bit more wild. But man, jamming gears is fun too.
Yeah.
They're both challenging in their own different ways. Obviously, the pro mod cars just don't hit any don't hit anything. That's kind of what I told myself when I get in the cars. Just hang on to this thing, don't run into anything. And first round, everybody was shaking Richard in his colorful way, said, "Get this motherfucker down the racetrack." So, um,
yeah,
I
yeah,
Richard has a way.
he has a way, but
yeah.
I would certainly drive one again, and I've got some goals I want to accomplish in pro stock. Um, and it's pretty important to me, but I can promise, can't tell you when, don't know when, but I guarantee you at some point in time I'll be back in a pro mod car.
That's awesome.
Pro stock has taken another level. I mean, just being around a lot of them guys, the amount of effort that goes into a lot of that stuff is just insane. I mean, it what they do is amazing. Is it cost effective? Probably not, but
Definitely none of it's cost effective
none
though.
of it's cost effective. But I feel like pro stock for what you get out of it.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
crap!
But do you
For
feel like pro mods turning into pro stock? That's my big question. I've been saying for a while. I mean,
I
you see the
I
R&D going on.
that was my first experience being around a pro mod team and just seeing how it all works. There's a lot that goes into it. I mean, similar to a pro stock car. I think the main thing is that the engine development is so big in the pro stock world is probably, what I can see is the main difference. But you can't treat a pro mod engine like a pro stock engine.
yeah,
If that thing's off 10 horsepower, they're wanting to take it off the car, take it out of the car, and it's a totally different. It's power management in the pro mod world. So, not to say that power doesn't matter, but I think in that aspect it's different. But
there's been a
um,
lot of changing in pro mod too in the last, I'd say, year and a half. I mean, with the new centrifugal stuff coming out, with the addition, turbos got really efficient there for a while. They were really cool. Everybody was jumping from one combination to the other. Nitrous is kind of trying to fade its way out, but kind of coming back in a little bit. So it's kind of doing it. You need to work on a nitrous team, pro mod nitrous team. Then you'll get a true. It's like Top Fuel and Pro Stock met each other.
yeah,
So,
I used to race top dragster with a big nitrous motor, so
oh yeah,
I know about the nitrous a little bit,
yeah,
but not not trying
Boom.
to lean on it and you know burn
right.
it up every run, anyways.
Well,
How
go ahead, Steve.
I was
Sorry.
gonna ask him, how did winning this race compare in media? Like after I won last year, the media was huge.
Yeah.
I'm not used to the NHRA stuff, so I don't know. But how does it comparison to that with the media side?
To be honest, for me so far, there's been no comparison. This is definitely I've never had this many people come up and tell me congratulations. This many fans paying attention and coming up and telling me congratulations and just all the above, the text, the calls, and it's all, very appreciated and it just goes to show, man. I think I think Wes is and everyone that's involved is really on to something here, that I think is just going to continue to grow if everybody can stay together and go out there and race.
Yeah.
I think it
He
was
knows
a
how to
great.
put on show.
He does. It was a great show.
Yeah, he has put on a great show. I mean, it has a different feeling, and I don't think anybody can understand that. You two have won it, so and I've been close, so I kind of know. But I mean, it's a totally different feeling than anything. And I've won some big bracket races. I've won some championships. It has a feeling that you can't explain. And how many? You got some Wallies, don't you?
I got a few Wallies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you know what it feels like to win a Wally. I've never
It,
won a
it
Wally, so
it feels great. It feels great to win any race. I mean, when I was 16, I just bracket raced, and really that's all I did most of that for the first several years I raced. I got to race a few races in pro stock, but nothing very serious. So anytime you can win anything, it definitely, to be the last car standing, it feels great. But as far as the recognition that everyone gives you, myself, and not just myself, but Elite Motorsports and Chris Terry and Scott Tidwell Racing and all the above, has been nothing short of incredible in comparison to what what I've been exposed to. Anyways, maybe it's different in Top Fuel and Funny Car, but as far as pro stock, sportsman racing, any of that, no comparison.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
know when I won, it was just that was like engulfed with people wanting to, podcast after podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It
One
seemed
thing
like
you won the snowbirds.
yeah, everybody that had a YouTube channel stuck their camera in your face and wanted an interview. I mean, it was guys that I'd never even heard of, seen their channels. I mean, it put a light in how much media coverage we really do get. Uh, you
It's
know,
it's it's a lot, and I think we're just going to continue to see this thing
Yep.
growing, and I just hope I get to be a part of it. So
Oh, you will. You
yeah,
know, you got bit by the bug now.
Yep.
You'll be. There'll be a '69 Camaro in there, flat hood, by the way.
Oh,
Flat
Lord.
hood. Yeah,
Speaking of
exactly.
flat hoods, let's bring one person before Aaron gets off
Okay, all right.
that has stirred up the controversy here with as the seasons went on.
Look at that nice, clean, big shop.
That's what I told him. That thing's
What's going
shining.
on, fellas?
How are you?
This is my shop at my house. There really ain't no work that gets done here. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it looks like it. Well, you got a Bridgeport back there. There's a few lathes.
well, I'm a half-ass machinist by trade, so I gotta keep some of that shit in the shop.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, congratulations on your win. So it was a badass.
Thank you, man. It was awesome. It was freaking. It was a blast getting to drive that car and just getting to come out and mix it up with some different faces.
Yeah. Is the blower car quite a bit noisier than the pro stock car, or no?
Oh yes, way noisier, way faster. Got my little ass pinned in the seat.
Well, you did a hell of a job. Did a damn good job.
Yep.
Steve, just so you know where I stand here.
I
got
saw
on
earlier. I don't blame you. Do you
Man,
think?
flat hoods to the front.
That's
I know
right.
you're a flat foot man deep in high side.
There ain't no belts on this shit. So
Well, Aaron, it's good to have you on here. Anybody you want to thank before we can get you off here? I know you got stuff to do.
I want to give a big thank you to Scott Tidwell Racing, Richard Freeman, for having the confidence to stick me in the car, knowing I've never even that was the first time I've ever even sat in one. Was those 3 events. So having the confidence to think I can go out there and do some damage in a race like that is awesome. Pat Quinn is one of the main people who helped fund those 3 races for me. And just our normal people, our people that's had our back and everything else we race, JHG, Melling, C-Tech, Outlaw Beer, and the list goes on with the partners with Elite Motorsports. And we've got an incredible group, and just a big thank you to all of them. And of course, my wife for, she got some stomach ulcers from watching me climb. She's a little nervous about that. So
she doesn't get nervous about the pro stock car.
She doesn't get. I'm sure she gets a little nervous, but not like a pro mod. She's seen enough of them bounce off the wall. She was a little nervous. And
well, we'll check you out when you come to NHRA. If you come, you come into Rockingham, you come into Charlotte. I'm sure we'll check you out.
Well, you guys come by and see us, and I appreciate y'all having me on, and look forward to trying to see you guys at some more pro motor races.
We hope to see you there, Aaron. Congratulations.
Appreciate you guys.
Great job.
Badass job, Aaron.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, the first time a flat hood has won the World Series of Pro Mod, by the way, there, Dingleberry.
That is awesome right there.
Yep.
And it was 2 flat hoods in the final.
It was. And y'all added weight to us.
I don't think that 20 pound did a goddamn thing.
Well, it didn't make me mad. Is what it did.
Just say. Anyway,
I know we sat there and Gustafson and Jason Lee chewed us out on the live feed. I mean, Jason Lee he looked at me the whole time and he's just ranting. I'm like, bro, I'm on your side. I mean, I got to say, and he goes out there and goes number 1 and I'm right behind him. So I was like, what do we say here?
Yep. Yeah. Not much you can say. I mean, I know they was running it hard. They was going through some motors, I heard too. So, but
yeah, they did.
yeah, they was tearing up a bunch of stuff. But hey, it went fast, and all you flat hood fuckers, Justin done got the whole world upside down. What's it like to turn the whole world upside down?
Oh shit, I don't even know. I mean, shit, we're just goddamn tractor pullers trying to get in the fast world, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's been good. It's treated us well, right? So we can't complain, you know.
So what got you started in the turbo business to begin with? How about that? Let's start there.
Man, I mean, so we've tractor pulled our whole life, you know. My dad got us into it, you know, me and my brother, and you know, we built a lot of engines, you know, just diesel engines to start with, and we did a lot of fuel injection, fuel systems, you know, mechanical stuff for the pulling tractor, high performance diesel stuff, and one day, you know, we're having some issues with a supplier with turbochargers and stuff like that on our pulling stuff, and you know, we thought we'd just try to start making compressor wheels and give it a whirl, and that was in 2007, and we made our first compressor wheel in 2008 for turbochargers, and I mean, we haven't looked back since. I mean, I can tell you we probably realistically started selling turbocharger stuff, you know, from a retail standpoint in 2009 to 10, probably roughly. But from that standpoint on, you know, we've definitely grown a lot. You know, we went from taking, you know, just putting billet wheels in factory Holset turbos or Garrett turbos or whatever at the time in the beginning, and then it's evolved into something that's definitely changed, you know, and you know, we sell a lot of diesel turbos. You know, a lot of people don't realize how big the pulling market is, but you know, we have a location in Denmark, and you know, we probably sell 400 to 500 pulling turbos a year there, and you know, we have a lot of pulling market out there.
Yep. And that just kind of transitioned over into, you know, you saw an issue with the standard centrifugal charger that we had as far as air intake, reliability, durability, and you had some guys come along and say, hey, you know, I want you to take this and I want you to make it better.
Yeah, we 100% did. You know, we were doing some turbochargers for customers at the time that made the switch to the centrifugal combination, and you know, they had come to me wanting me to fix the issues, and you know, we told them no for probably a year because we were just so busy, you know, with the diesel side, you know, that we just didn't have time, and you know, as I started hanging out with guys like Larry Larson and you know, started doing turbo stuff for Mark Mickey, and just, you know, being around the drag racing sport, you know, after I was around that for a year, I kind of thought, you know, this is cool, you know, and this is something that we definitely want to be a part of. And so then we started looking into the centrifugal market, you know, and it took us 3.5 years to do the damn thing, but it was definitely you know, it was a massive challenge. We thought that when we got into it that we would be able to do it, you know, in a fair amount of time, and it definitely proved to kick our ass for a little while. You know, making power wasn't you know, necessarily the hard part. It was just making the damn thing live, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's always been the case with centrifugal power. When I first put the Pro Chargers on, when they first come out with the combination, the first time when we had the MH5s and it was a new thing, you know, that thing, they weren't prepared for the amount of power and the amount of stuff that we put them through in the original. I'm talking back, you know, like 19 and 20.
Yeah.
That it did. And, you know, then Vortec came on for a little while. Remember, they had a car out there, and then there was a couple of guys that took it to another level and maybe tried some things, but I don't think anybody quite put in the effort that you did as far as making, I mean, this guy makes, you know, he makes a wheel and it doesn't work, and he just goes over there and makes another wheel and puts it on there and then tries it. You know, I think you tried to make it the best you could, and you wanted durability out of it. And what you have made has pretty much changed pro mod racing in the last year tenfold. You agree, Steve?
100% he has. And he just, I mean,
made your life harder,
made my life way harder. But you know what? He came onto the scene. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of R&D behind the scenes that we're not seeing, but when that thing showed up, it just went straight to the front.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. We like to say that we put the homework in before the time, right? I mean, let's face it. It took us 3.5 years to develop this. Could we come out with the blower at year 2? Absolutely, but we wasn't happy with the product, right? And we didn't want to have a lot of issues. I mean, we understood that, you know, with a high performance product, you will always have some sort of issue, right? So, I mean, even to this day, we still have little things that we find all the time, right? But we have several guys out there with 50, 60 runs on blowers, you know, and they're still going strong, you know, but that's something we will always evolve and always change and try to adapt and make the blowers better, you know. And I mean, we are constantly changing stuff.
And coming from, you know, this, I've always, my only boost car has always been a centrifugal side. So I've run into a lot of issues. And me and Dustin talk a lot about, you know, hey, I'm like, hey man, you know, what do you think I need to change this? Cause it's been about 25 runs. He's like, I don't know, you know, you might want to, I don't know. So we do it anyway, just out of habit. And I think that's played testament into it too, is we've got guys that have run the stuff before, and we know what kind of damages they can do and what maintenance we need to do on them. I mean, I just took that last blower off of mine and it had almost 60 runs on it, and nothing was wrong with it. So,
well, you had guys out there running it to begin with, and then when it came onto the pro mod, I guess Randy was the first one with it.
Yeah, Robin Roberts was probably the first one.
Yeah, there you go. And then,
Randy was the first one to have success with it, right? So he, you know, he put it on and come out and looked like a rock star, you know, and I mean, it's just one of them deals where the stars aligned, you know. But Randy's got he's got a top-notch racing program, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's no doubt, you know, the blower stuff's been good, but it takes you guys know, I mean, it takes it all to make it work, you know. It's no different than Jason's program, you know. I mean, whether he's got my blower on or anybody else's blower, I mean, his car will still win. I mean, it's a bad bitch, you know. So
yeah, I mean, and that's testament to, you know, the way Pro Mod's headed for the last, you know, year. I mean, it really has advanced. And I take this back to the nitrous, and I'm gonna go back a little bit. When Alan Abbey came in and they bought up all the technology from nitrous, all the greatest and baddest rear Morrison motors. They took Castellana's program, Shannon Jenkins, they took Brandon Switzer, and they took them overseas and they sat them on a racetrack for 2 weeks straight that never changed conditions and gave them an unlimited checkbook. It advanced the nitrous program so much that a lot of the smaller guys, us back here in the States, we could never catch back up. And it's taken the last, that was probably 2010, 11. Yep. It took until, you know, no, I'll tell you, it was probably 14 or 15. It took us till 18 or 19 to get to that level to where we're at now. And I mean, a lot of guys still aren't because of the technology. And I think that Dustin had Robin Roberts behind him. He had Larry. Then he gave Randy a shot at it when Randy had a great program. And did Randy need to change? Probably not. But if anybody knows Randy Weatherford, if you told him that if he could buy gold-plated underwear and make him go faster, he'd buy 20 pairs of gold-plated underwear.
Yep.
And that's just the way Randy is. And Randy is an innovator in the class, and he spends money so people like me don't have to, because I just stand back and watch and see what he messes up. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. Or it goes good, and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. You know, and that's kind of the way it was. And, you know, there was a lot of opportunities for a lot of people to put Dustin's blower on that didn't. And, you know, I think he's made himself known in the racing world that the product's great. He stands behind it, and it's fast. So with those three things, you're going to make success. You know, you got to look at PSI. PSI blowers right now, dude. It's 6-8 months to get one repaired or whatever it is. It's a year or two waiting list to even buy a damn new one. I mean, what the hell? They can't blame anybody but them damn selves on that.
Themselves, correct. You're right. And that's what I was going to ask Dustin, how he ramped up production that fast. Because after Randy won and Robin run good, I mean, boom, everybody wanted one.
You know, whenever Randy had gotten the first blower, we had production ramped up already, probably 2 months prior to that. so we were prepared for it, right? I mean, we knew it was coming. We had last World Series, last year World Series, when Robin had it on, and Larson had it on his car, we knew that we had a good product then. And that was the first, that was our third version of the blower, from a build standpoint. And but that was the first version that we felt confident in, that we could go run and and sell, and stand behind the product. So we had production ramped up prior, and so I mean we kind of, everything had to fall in place for sure, and it definitely did. But guys like Randy made it look good in the beginning, and Robin Roberts and them type guys, and that definitely sells it for us too.
Yep. Well, I knew there for a while everybody was like, we don't want only one off, right? I know when Randy won, we heard that a lot. I did throughout the pit. Hey, we can't have one guy with just one thing, and within, I don't know, it's like 2 weeks or what it was, 3 weeks, everybody had one.
Fix that shit, didn't we?
and there was the availability was always there to get one. I mean, truthfully, Randy had talked to me because he had talked to him at PRI, and we had talked about it honestly, truthfully at the time. But like in my situation, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. Like I wasn't really having issues because we had kind of got our maintenance plan down with ProCharger, and I didn't really, and I had made a deal with them. So I kind of kept my word for the year, and Dustin knows the story. But I mean, they took, and this is how we looked at it, and this is not knocking anybody, but Randy with the ProCharger setup with the old stuff that we had was always right there, right on our tails. But when he put the Harts on, he went 3 faster than us. So that showed us right there the development of the of the product that he had. And it's been a game changer lately. And it'll be interesting to see what this Noonan blower does for you guys. Maybe it'll do the same thing the Harts people do.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. I mean, obviously everybody's making something. I mean, I'm sure Justin's working on something right now to make his product better.
We're always developing, so we got the hub dyno at the shop, and we always got something hooked up.
That's good.
Poor Robin's no prep car. We call it the dyno horse. So we just run the shit out of that thing. So
all right. So enough about business. Okay. You come out with a race car of all the craziest things in the world. I got tractor pullers. I got this nice, successful business. We're doing all this. I'm going to buy me a damn Pro Mod car.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Write-off. He sold so many Harts charger, he needed a tax write-off.
Well, just so everybody's aware, like, so when I left the World Series Pro Mod last year, within 2 weeks we ordered that car. So that was before we sold all the Harts chargers, number one. But
he was done before that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. But I mean, for me to go out there and debut the car down there and do that, it's probably not one of the best decisions I've ever made. But we wanted to be a part of it, I mean, it's just, it looks like a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, right? So,
I had no idea you had never even drove one. Like I thought, okay, my man's drove before and he kind of got out of it, and he's just, I'm gonna buy me it's like, okay, I had a junior drag show, I'm gonna buy a Top Fuel car.
Yeah, close. Yeah. No, actually, Jason, it went. I have a pulling tractor, and now I'm going to drive a race car. Well, that's slower than a fucking junior dragster.
Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. There's a video of me and my first tractor pulling experience, and it doesn't go so well. So tractor puller guys, they get credit for it, because in my defense, the guy tells me, okay, once the sled starts moving, just smash it. So that's what I did. But it didn't work out so great.
Well, so I'm pretty consistent though, because I was 16 when I first started driving a pulling tractor. I think my 3rd or 4th lap out, I kissed a concrete barrier wall. So I'm keeping the consistency there right now, So
okay. So now we've got my buddy who's got the damn video. He just commented he's got the video. If anybody wants.
Oh, let's see. Oh, can we load that up quick? I mean, that'd be great.
Oh my God, Jesus, it's bad. The sled hit me in the ass and ruined.
What kind of pulling tractor was it?
It wasn't a tractor. It was a truck.
Oh shit. Gas truck, I assume?
No, it was a diesel truck.
Oh, hell.
And it was a damn Duramax. And you know what happens to the tie rods in the front? They just U-shaped them, babe. Listen, there might have been a little liquid courage involved. There might have been a little liquid courage involved in that.
Yes,
I've never seen my wife more mad at me than that night right there.
Did she at least check on you?
Well, here's the funny story.
Screaming at you.
You know, I'm Mr. Big Bad Drag Racer. I ain't got to put my seatbelt on. Well, this thing ain't running but about 20 miles an hour. Well, when it broke and shoved me. It stopped. And then the sled was so damn old. It came from like 1970. He wasn't paying attention. He hit me in the rear. When it did, it shot me backwards. I hit my head on the A-pillar and it damn near knocked me out. It all but knocked me out. Okay. Well, and so here I am. Luckily, the pool wasn't but about 10 miles from my house. And they still have it to this day. And they still talk about my debut there to this day. But I had some buddies there, and I had to get this broken-ass truck up on a lowboy with both front tires pigeon-toed in. And, you know, it didn't work good. They got it off the track, she opens the door. She jerks the car seat out of the back of it because my daughter was born in. And she says, I'm going home. You can get this home any way you want to. I'm leaving. Boom, gone. She called me and everything under the sun, and well-deserved. She told me not to do it, but what you say? My dad said something. She called me and said, "Your son's out of control."
What I say we do.
It hit me so hard it sheared hitch pin just about in two when it hit me so hard, and moved the bed 2 inches.
What I say we do is when we get our Pro Stock tractor back on the track this summer, it's a 5,000 horse diesel deal, and we need to have you and Steve come out, and we'll do a fucking boost and bullshit show. Both of y'all can make laps. You make a lap, Steve makes a lap, and then we'll see who fucking wins that deal. That's what we need to do.
He's used to driving tractors. He drives one every day.
He might kick your ass in.
I got a little John Deere 3025 hydrostatic over here, buddy. So
I ain't got 5,000 horsepower on mine.
I'd hate to see that too.
That'd be badass, wouldn't it?
Hey, listen, you have 2 brake pedals. That's how you steer some bitch. Now.
Bro, I struggle with 1 brake pedal.
I'm just saying, you got to steer with 2 brake pedals. So front end in the air, you ain't steering that son bitch with the wheel.
And if anybody knows my radio racing days, they know that front end in the air ain't my thing either, because I'm not used to anything without a wheelie bar. I'll stand the damn thing straight up with all 4 wheels off the back. I've got pictures to prove that.
Hell, I didn't know you radio raced.
I don't. Somebody threw me in the car and they said, "Here, drive it." And I just stuck it to the damn floor and it stood up. I said, "Oh, hell." So
how was your day? Okay. How was your debut in the pro mod then? How was your
Man, it was good. I mean, it was good until it wasn't, right? I run out of talent, but no, it was definitely a change. I mean, for sure. We made some laps over at Flying H Drag Strip before we come out there, and I think when I kissed the wall, that was my 14th or 15th run in the car, you know, and it's just definitely, it definitely gets your attention, right? So as you all know, so it's it's definitely different. 100%. So I just need to make a lot of runs. I mean, so we're just gonna make a lot of tests. Hell, me and Jason talked about this on the phone today. You know, I just need to make a lot of test runs. So we're going back Friday to start making runs, and I'd like to get at least 50 test runs in before I bring it back out, you know.
I gave him a few lectures, and me and Larry Larson gave him a few lectures, and I wouldn't say lectures, but we gave him some pointers, and I just, you know, I was like,
it started with, "You dumb son of a bitch, what the fuck you doing?" That's right.
That was Larry. That wasn't me.
That's the lecture.
No, I just didn't want him. I didn't want him to, number one, get hurt. I didn't want to see him screw up his race car, but he's a grown man. He can do what he wants to. Ask Dustin about the blower oil. What's up with some blower oil?
Oh, fucking John Doc, that motherfucker. The blower oil we send out. He's always like, I'm gonna put this Schaefer's oil in my blower. I'm like, it's not Schaefer's oil. He's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. Everybody knows that, whenever any company basically, rebrands oil, we ain't making the damn oil, obviously. So he's always busting my balls about the blower oil for the gearbox oil. He's like, is this Schaefer's oil? That fucker.
Well, that's who just called me, and I answered thinking we were having a technical problem. So I answered the damn phone, and he's like, hey, that was a good show tonight. I was like, it's still on, dummy.
That fucker's out in left field, ain't he?
He is.
He's on another channel, YouTubing.
Yep. So, John,
what do you have to repair on his hand anyway?
Well, that's a good story. Let's get into that.
Did he have to retire, or is he going to be able to drive again?
This is a good story. Okay. So John and them are going to test. They had a mess when they got there. Number one, that they were not as prepared as they should have been coming down there. And then the weather got kind of crappy. So they decided they're going to test on Tuesday. And Tim gets down there, and they had some issues that out of their control, but they got their car straight. So John go make a half tracker Tuesday morning. And I didn't really pay attention. I was riding up there to go see what they were doing, and John's sitting on the racetrack down there. I'm like, well, what the happened? Oh, he broke the drive shaft. Oh, okay, no problem. So he gets back to the pit, and he's holding his hand up in the air, and I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, I think I broke my thumb. I was like, what happened? He said the drive shaft broke in it, and it grabbed the tunnel and wrapped the shifter up all the way around. And I guess he had his hand on it because he was going to go click it to neutral about the time he did. Well, all we heard, he was complaining about it, and my thumb's broke. I was like, all right, go to urgent care. So it took me like an hour to get him to go to urgent care. So he calls me back from urgent care, and he's like, hey, it's definitely broke. I got to be in a cast for 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, no problem. So they told him he needed to go see an oral surgeon. Need to go see an orthopedic surgeon. He needed to go see an oral surgeon. So, and it was chipped. It chipped from I don't know if you can see, but he shit from here to here, broke it down that way. Well, he had this big cast on, and I felt bad for the dude. I really did. Here he is, World Series Pro Mod. His car's tore up. His thumb's in a damn vine. He's got his mom coming down, his sister coming down, his fiance's coming down, sponsors are coming down. He's got all this stuff planned out, and his weekend just went to shit on the first run, right? Well, 2 days later, he milks this for a day now, bro. So about 2 days later, he shows up, and he's got this little bitty Band-Aid on the end of his thumb, and he's walking around like nothing's going on. I'm like, bro, you need to go put that damn cast back on because you look about stupid walking around with that little. You done told everybody you done broke your damn thumb, and you got a little splint on it. But it did tear his race car up pretty bad. It would have been a lot to repair, and they'd have got it repaired, but I don't know if he might have made a big deal out of that one or not. I think he milked it a little bit. The cow marrow, he milked it.
He was milking the cow.
I don't know if Tim Davis is watching or not, but I'm gonna blame his tuning job for breaking the drive shaft. 100%.
Tim's thing was the car wouldn't hold my tune up.
I guarantee that's what he said. Yeah,
bro.
You moved the graph up. That's what happened.
Yeah, bro. So
the last guy I seen underneath the car wrenching on, well, it was Tim. So it's got to be his fault 100%. So
he said we're all bad. Oh god!
Oh fucking A! You wasn't even going 20 miles an hour yet.
The man, rewind it, Jess. Rewind it. The man said, stop it, so I stopped it.
God dang, Jason, you were heading left like I was in the Pro Mod car. Where the hell are you going?
That was a nice truck.
It was.
Well, let me tell you, all those Fords and Dodges were talking shit that night, and I was damned if I was going to let them out. So that was the first and last time that I ever tractor pulled, and I do not participate in that event anymore.
You should. we'll have to change that. So
I'm gonna kill whoever sent that video too. By the way,
You were doing some definitely feathering of the throttle there. I don't know if that was in the middle of tire shake or what was going on.
That's what the deal was though. So I kept thinking, okay, do I need to put it in drive or 1 or 2 or whatever? So I just left it in drive because I'm listening to my buddies now here. So and it had rained a little bit, so the track was kind of tacky, and I was a little Michelob Ultra in a little bit, but when I stomped that thing went to shifting, and I had an H&S tuner on it. I had that thing turned all the way to 5. They dropped that truck off in my front yard, and my wife will tell you, I laid under that truck all night. I ripped every inch of that damn front end out from under that thing, and I had that thing fixed and ready to go by 12 o'clock the next day. I was not going to let that thing defeat me. And then I sold it a week later.
You was going to go back again. Crystal said, nope.
It doesn't look like it hit it that hard, but that's a lot of weight hitting you. It moved that bed 2 inches.
Well, I'll bet
I had to unbolt the bed. Truck never drove the same after that, and I went and traded it in. I love that truck too.
So that was your personal truck. That wasn't one of your buddies.
No, that was mine.
Oh shit! I thought it was one of your buddies' trucks.
No, if that was one of my buddies' trucks, I'd have just been laughing and jumped out.
No wonder your wife was pissed at you. I get it.
You had the car seat in the back still, right? You still had the car seat in the back.
The car seat was in the back. Yeah. And, dude, I'm telling you, she let me have, and I was well deserved. I was not one of my prouder moments as a father because I left them. We were basically walking. Granted, we wasn't but 10 miles from the house, and we knew plenty of people there. But she told me, "Do not do this. Do not do this." And my buddy was there, and he had a 318 Dodge truck with skidder tires on it, and he had floated the valves on his before he ever even got it hooked up because he's got drunk and was just hitting it to the chip, but it didn't have a chip. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm done with tractor pulling. I'll leave it to you guys. I can't handle it.
Come on now we're gonna get tractor out this summer. You guys are gonna have to come do a back to back run here. So
I might would get that stuff Stan Shelton and them do with all them blowers. He'd feel right at home with all them damn blowers in front of him.
What I'm talking about.
My money's on Steve though, Jason. Sorry. We go the racetrack. I got you, but pulling Steve's my guy.
Steve can have it. Steve,
I'd give her a try for sure.
Yeah, look, there's my dad. Put that up there, Jess. That's his favorite thing. I broke my truck, Daddy.
Can I borrow some money?
We'll tell the Maserati story later. There's a Maserati story that we got to tell later. We'll save that for another time. So that wasn't mine. So
oh shit.
Yeah.
See, your dad was all right. See, that'd been my dad. He'd have slapped me in the back of the head probably.
But I would like to say that I was 20, 21 years old when this happened, but I was like 35 when this happened.
Slapped me in the back of the head.
So I was like 30 or 35 when this happened. So I knew better. So I've been dumb all my life, not just the beginning. So
that's funny stuff there.
Well, all right, Dustin. Well, we got IHRA Galot coming up. Are you coming, Steve?
No.
You're not coming. Good. I don't have to beat him. Okay. All right.
When's the first PDRA race this year?
Darlington. That'll be the weekend after that.
Weekend after, right?
So we got 2 weeks. Just looking at the weather, it looks like it's going to turn cold again here. I mean, we're talking like highs into like 47, 50 next week, but that can change, dude. It's going to be 90 here tomorrow, just about. So don't pay anybody listening. Don't pay any attention to that. It's North Carolina. It'll change in a minute, but we're looking forward to getting.
What's Dustin's plans?
Dustin's going to send me my blower back, and we're going to go.
Are you going to bring your car out any this year?
Yeah. After my 50 test runs, that's my plan. So I got to get my training wheels off first.
I get it.
We're gonna go run a bunch. I mean, I like to hit the end of April 25th. There's a pro mod race at Flying H. We would like to kind of try to get into that. Just depends if we get it. We're going to try to test 1 to 2 days a week here. Moving forward, starting this week, if Blake and Scott Higgs will let us. But we're just going to keep trying to just progressively try to get better, and try to get her feet wet, I guess. So
You got a good tuner. Jamie's a good tuner. You know, Jeffersonville's a nice car. Car's beautiful. Other than one little spot on it now.
yeah, I'm gonna blame my paint guy on that. So the paint flaked off the rear quarter panel. That's a problem.
You can't make up. I mean, laps. You got to make laps in the cars.
Yeah,
and they still get you though. And Steve will tell you this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, they're bucking bulls. They'll get you. I mean, I've made many a laps. And I tell you what we'll do. We'll break you in just like they broke me in. You just come on down to Piedmont. We'll send you down that narrow bitch. And if you don't learn how to get down it, you will be good to go.
I went down there. I was sitting down there bullshit with Jason. And he was telling me about all the wrecks he had. He was trying to make me feel good deep down inside.
Yeah, I can tell you, I run my fair share of cones over. I'm not.
Yeah,
we'll bring you to Summer Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Summer Duck? Oh, that's a Yankee thing. That's a racetrack up his way.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's a pig path.
It's narrow, and they do good with what they got. But the pro mods, we run 500 feet, not 660.
Oh shit!
You better not run 660.
Short track, huh?
You get a really good time slip.
I mean, I think he did a heck of a job. I don't think anybody could have done any better or any worse stepping into a car like that. Correct. You know, I'm not just saying that because he's my friend, but I watched him a lot of runs because I was concerned for him. I wanted to make sure, you know, I didn't give him no pointers. I let him kind of do his thing, and I just told him, look, if it don't feel right, the hell with it. It ain't. And then he got a little aggressive with it. I think he got a little handle on it, and it got it.
100%. I did.
Yep.
Yeah. There's Summer Duck. Hell, that looks good compared to what it used to be.
Damn, that looks like a nice track from me.
Hey, he's put a pile of money in it. He's doing all he can with what he's got, you know, and he does a great job there for a little local track. And it's not really built for a pro mod, but other than that, it's really good.
You used to have to come back up the track to get off of it, right? Didn't you have to turn around and come back to return road?
Well, it's short now. You turn around. You used to be able to have to pull in and back up into the water, and they put that big wall and all that concrete there and moved the track back that I don't know how many feet.
Maybe I'm thinking of Natural Bridge. Natural Bridge is when you had to go down and come back. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Do back, you know.
Do you run there every year, Steve, or no?
Not in the pro mod car. Not in the pro mod car. I've made a couple licks there years and years ago, and I think I did it in the Camaro once or twice when I had the Camaro, but I never made full pulls there. I got a big kahunas, but not that big.
No, that's. I mean, me and Travis Harvey and a lot of them guys, we've done some dumb shit at Piedmont. I wouldn't do it again, and it's leveled right now. They're trying to redo it, but hopefully it'll get back good. But you got Flying H. That's a good track.
You got a great place to go, and
like
Summer Duck's my local home track. I can't not support those guys.
He's a hero there.
No, that's Jeff, not me. That's Jeff Miller. He's the hero at Summer Duck. So it's kind of like you at Piedmont.
Yep, that's right. But with Dustin, we really appreciate you coming on, boosting bullshit, and great product, great friend, great car driver. You know, keep up the good work. Keep making him sweat some more. Make him add some gray hairs to that head.
We'll keep on ruffling them screw blowers feathers a little bit. So
he might have one of them in the back. He might be designing the screw blower back there.
I hope he does.
You know yours is a Noonan block, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a whole mount deal that'll bolt right up on the front of that thing. Hell, I'll come up. You supply the beer. I'll bolt it on for you.
Bolt it on. You'll have to talk to Mr. Pilot.
Well, send me his number. I'll call him.
About a flat hood, he said it's like rainbows and stuff. I don't know what.
Oh, bullshit! Having a damn screw blower is like having a damn walker. Now you're like, oh, we're gonna do it eventually. So, all right.
The one thing he has done, you've made the rest of the industry have to go to work.
Step up.
That's the name of the game, and I think you've done even with the screw blowers. You've made everyone they got to go put some work in.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. I mean, we're trying, right? We're a small company out here in Central Missouri, but we're definitely very passionate about it. You know.
Yep. Obviously, your product's badass. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, buddy, and I'll be in touch with you, and hopefully we can put a Hearts in the Winner Circle again.
Hell yeah, guys. I appreciate you having me on the show. So I really enjoyed it.
All right.
It's awesome.
Thanks a lot, Dustin. Yeah, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Buddy.
See you. Yeah. Well, now that you know my little secret about tractor pulling, I'm glad we got to air that out.
Yeah, you was a tractor pulling man. I didn't even know that.
Who is someone asked to come on quick? Who are you talking about? Who's she
I
talking about?
I was trying to type in. You done said it.
I hope it ain't who I think it is.
Let's see.
We're out of time. I don't know who it is, but
A man said he going to bed. He's got Crystal's all pissed and showed that video. Actually, I think she sent the video in.
She probably did.
I see somebody on there said that Crystal sent it to him. He wasn't there. Whoever that was, I don't know who that was.
That's a good video. There's another video of it too from somebody and you can hear her yell at me. You can hear him like,
now that would be
so damn stupid.
Yep. Mark says Henry Butler's the man, which he is. Old Henry Butler's run at Summer Duck in Colonial Beach for years. Old Henry.
See that you got a little too like I knew a lot of guys at the bridge and Elk Creek and that kind of way because that's kind of back towards my way. Hell, I went 408 at Elk Creek.
Did you really?
You damn right I did.
Serious.
Yeah.
Jeff built a local car here at Summer Duck. We went 4.0 something at Summer Duck with it, and it was that was with the Power Glide too, with the blower.
All right, Jess. Who you got? Wait a minute.
He's trying to surprise you with somebody. I think 5 minutes.
Only want 5 minutes. Okay, well, get him the hell on here. What are you doing? It's got to be.
Roho.
Oh shit! Oops. Sorry. This is the hype man of drag racing, y'all.
The hype man. The hype man.
He's the man.
All I've seen is your videos all week.
Yep.
Yes.
You've been blowing the internet up.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He said,
thick
"Oh
as
yeah."
Look
hell.
at that.
Growing it for damn near 5.5 years.
Me too. Look at that. 46 years growing it.
More hair than me and you know, Jason.
Cool. Yep. So what you got something you want to talk about?
Not much. I mean, I think it was really cool that I got to go watch the World Series of Pro Mod. I'd never seen a Pro Mod race like that.
Yep.
Never.
And you look like you really enjoyed every burnout and every pass there was.
Oh yeah. Burnouts are fucking badass and throttle womps, man. I know Steve King here. He's got a screw blower car.
See,
I know you could try to do it with the Pro Charge car. I mean, Charlie Brown done it.
Yeah, we've done
the
it.
Nitrous car. Nitrous car is the king of the showmanship, baby. Or naturally aspirated.
There you go. Yeah.
He's waiting for you to whomp that thing a couple times there so he can do his.
You know, I did my whomping a few too many times in the nitrous days. I think my whomping days are over. I just let it sit there and idle. It just gives y'all something to think about. Like, what ain't he doing it over there? So
I was told to stay on one side.
That's right, man.
Side to one side to the other. Well, you've been having internet afire with all the video stuff, with all the stuff you did up there on the starting line for sure. With when the car's doing burnouts and stuff, a lot of people been talking about that.
Yeah, I was doing it since Jimmy Dale and Michael Poland's Small Tower Gangsters Rags to Witches at Yellow Belly. I just randomly started doing it.
Hell yeah.
Well, are you a trucker? Is that what you're doing? Truck driver?
Yes.
Okay,
got my
you on the road.
headset on and just
He's
had to turn my lights on real quick.
No blue parrot.
Look at that, the old blue parrot. Everybody got to have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear
do trucking too, so I get you. And it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
Plus, I just delivered a load right before I parked.
Who's the Girl Jesus? That's your new nickname now, I guess.
Nah. Jesus. It's always it's gonna be Mullet Man.
Mullet Man.
Yeah. Rojo Mullet Man at least, because there's other. I heard there's other Mullet Mans out there, like someone's selling like fishing products, but who knows? They probably have that trademark, so why not have my little Spanish heritage on top?
That's right.
Okay.
How
can't tell.
Did Wes and them get you up in there and get you fired up, or you just?
At first, so like Friday, I was doing it for like Kai Kelly, the blue car driven by Kyle Dvorak. Yeah. What's his name owns?
Yep, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, so him, Rob Kohler Racing.
Yeah.
Kai Kelly, then Murder Nova, then I did it for Little Gangsters and Church N5.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be on the video for sure.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess they do video. Do you remember when they did videos for like Orlando? They do that for this? I don't even know if they do it for this.
I don't know. I don't know about meeting people much except for Gary from that track channel, Jerry from Redline Motorsports Media.
Yep.
And a couple others.
Yep. You remember when they did those videos, Jason? For the whole race, they did like a video on cassette and stuff, which now would be CD.
Oh yeah, I've got some of them.
Yeah, from the old Orlando days. I don't know if they do them for the World Series and stuff or not, do they?
How would you do that? It's on YouTube.
That's true. We can YouTube.
There's a YouTube channel called Drag Racing Media of the Past. Have you guys watched any of them videos?
Yep.
I've got some old Shuffletown. I got some Shuffletown videos I'd like to get converted into DVD. You guys don't know what Shuffletown is, but that's where like Pro Mod started. That's where like Ed Hoover and a lot of guys started back in the days, Charles Carpenter and all that.
Yeah, my dad has heard his name on a Super Chevy magazine.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a conversion too. We did a conversion. You had to talk to my wife. She sent some shit off and had a bunch of shit converted.
Well, Mr. Hype Man, we really appreciate you coming on. We'll catch you at the next race. And
when's your next show? When you coming? What's the next race for you?
So I got like 3 other races lined up. Big Jake's, April Mania, Belrose, Louisiana. I mean, this is probably going to be the craziest radio race I've ever been. And then after that's King of the South at Shady Side. I had to pick between that race and the War in the Woods 14.
Ooh, so that's a tough race.
I was like, you know what? And me and old David Ray, shout out to David Ray. He called me around early December, late November. He's like, hey, what race should I go? Because I've been to a War in the Woods race. He's like, well, I seen you at War in the Woods. Then I'm like, yeah, let's go to Shady Side. He's like, bet, I'm down. So I was like, cool. Then after that is the no prep race at West Texas Abilene Raceway around July 4th weekend.
Nice. Damn, your schedule's just as much as
shit. Yeah, no shit. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
And then Halloween weekend, I do plan on going back to Texas Radio Roundup at the Motorplex for Michael Hollis and Bear Green's race.
Oh yeah, you're doing the big
And
radio.
then hopefully come back to PRI.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Well, it sounds like
you can only see Jason during the daytime hours.
Yes, I go to bed at night.
He
goes PRI. I'm a sleeper. I like to sleep a lot. So
well, I hardly slept. I walked around hungover both days.
I have been there and done that. And that's why I don't,
dude.
Bro, yeah, 25. I was doing that. Yeah, no problem.
Crystal said, "No,
that ain't her. She'd probably go out. It's me, man. You know, she'd go out. It takes longer to get over them hangover. Hell, a hard day at work makes me hangover now.
You could have hung out with me. We were drinking water.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Smoking mountain water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you hyped up the crowd pretty good. So that was big, and that means a lot for spectator. It gives the spectators something, I think.
It's the showmanship.
Yeah, that's right. You're the ring man. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it going. It's cool to look at you winning and see that going on, but
show.
Well, I appreciate it, bud. We'll catch you next time. How about that?
That's a big 10.
We'll get you back.
All right.
At one of the big shows.
All right, you got it, brother.
It's past
Stay
my
safe
bedtime.
out there.
What time is it? 9:30? Yeah, it's past my bedtime.
All right, guys, that does it for episode 29 of Boosting Bullshit, brought to you by Synergy Composites. Synergy Composites, the leader in pro mod, pro stock bodies. Check out Tim and them at Synergy Composites. They'll check you out. We got some new sponsors going to be coming on later on this year for Boosting Bullshit. If you're interested in sponsoring the show or you want to be on the show, just hit us up, DM us. You can go to Party Time Racing. You can go to Pilot Racing. You can go to our personal Facebook pages. Check us out. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe. We're going to have some more stuff. We'll have IHRA I got next week, and then we got PDRA after that. We'll probably have one the Monday before the PDRA, I'm assuming. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like, yes.
Yep. So we'll probably have one the Monday before PDRA. We got, like I say, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. The industry's going to change, especially with IHRA coming up. It's going to be who's there, who's not there, what's going on. And look at JT, my man.
JT.
Yep.
That was a big race, JT.
It was a big race. I like the new truck too, by the way.
It
don't get fired.
Who you firing now?
I don't know. I might fire a lot of people. I had a bad day at work today. I'm not going to go in and fire everybody tomorrow.
Oh, Lord. I can't fire nobody. I done got rid of everybody a while back. I can't fire nobody.
No, I got a good group of guys that keep the shop going when I'm gone. So
that's good. Hey, I got one question for you.
Okay.
What IHRA no longer off the trailer now? It looks like they're going to.
That's bullshit, too. That's bullshit.
I knew you was going to say that. That's why I brought it up. I was just telling somebody. I said, "Look, we talking about going IHRA racing that we don't got to get there till Thursday. Now you got to get there Tuesday."
I'm hoping that this is just a one-time deal, that just for this race.
You think?
But it don't look good. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to test. Monte Calvo was on the internet today looking for somebody to test further south, say Darlington, somewhere like that. But I mean, you talking about high 47 Tuesday and Wednesday, so it ain't going to be worth the shit. It's going to be just like World Series of Pro Mod. You waste that Tuesday testing, and then it's going to change. But I really don't know. And like I say, it's North Carolina. The weather can change. I don't know what it'll do. I know there's a lot of buzz about people coming because there's a lot of people that want to see Top Fuel. A lot of local people calling me, wanting to know, what day we're racing, what this, that, another. 2 qualifiers. 32 car field if it's over 20 cars. So I don't think
they're only giving you 2 qualifiers.
That's what they always do.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I like it. I don't like testing all week at every race.
It's good. I know it's a
winter series. If you got new shit to try and you're down there to get your shit straight for the season or blah blah blah. But I do like all season long. I don't like testing starting on Monday or Tuesday. I got to work.
Yeah, it's become where it's not a working man's game. Work gets in the way of racing gets in the way of work. So if you don't have a good company that can run itself when you're not there, then it becomes an issue. The blue collar part of it, kind of like what me and you still do, working on the race cars, is kind of gone in it. But I'm hoping that maybe iTrade is just doing this for one race that it's up. And, right after that, we go to Darlington PDRA. Will be the first time we're back at Darlington PDRA in a while. John Bear, them guys down there at Darlington, they're making a good effort to make sure we got a great facility, a great racetrack. I'm looking forward to that. I love all my PDRA family. I kind of got it easy. We got 4 races. We ain't got to go 2 hours. So I'm got it a little bit easy there, but got Rod's back in the car. Had to freshen her up. She's all set, ready to go. Put her in the box. I could race tomorrow if I needed to.
You guys have got it going on right now. I mean, 4 and 5 weeks or something
like that. Yeah, it's going to be heavy. But I had a lot of people ask us about Boost and Bullshit merchandise. We're trying to get that going. We had the guys from England. They were stayed up there a lot. There was a lot of people at the World Series of Pro Mod. It was a good PR boost for me and you, even though we didn't do shit. You won the little race.
Yeah, the little B race, but that's that's a show for the fans, right? That whole deal.
You still won a damn race. It's not like
I did. And it's that was a good deal. I'm glad Wes did that because everyone talks about how much money's paid in, blah blah blah, and you only got 32 cars running for the 150. So at least it paid back to some of the guys. Give you because there's a lot of cars that go home. A lot. Yeah. I mean, only 32.
A lot of good cars. A lot
of good cars. I mean, we made good runs that would have did damage in that field on race day.
Yep.
That Corvette likes it in the heat. It loves the sunshine. But
I used to have a car. Yeah, I used to have a car like that in the heat, but I'm getting back there. Don't you worry. We'll get back on normal surfaces, back to what we're used to. Get that weight, but I get to take that weight out too. Don't forget about that.
Good. Take it all out. It's going to be what it's going to be.
Oh, yeah, way to bounce back. He's right. I mean, you did a great job.
We did. John gave me a great car. I mean, we was out there running as fast as anybody in the other field during the daytime. So, John's always been me. 9 out of 10 runs we went down the track. So I got to give.
I drove like shit. I mean, I was like red and then 100 and then 80. I had my mind because I was thinking about some of the problems we had. I mean, I had to kind of circumvent myself back together. And I wasn't as like US Street Buddy. I was on it. I mean, I was killer, but I just,
I mean, I went 002 red in the 3rd round. And then Luis blowed his stuff all to smithereens.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And he bypassed the scales. He wanted to put a show on for the fans, right? At the end of the day.
So technically, you didn't win.
I agree. I'll take the win. You know,
you should.
We wanted to put a show on for the fans.
And old Mel Bell, she blew it up in the finals. I saw it.
I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened.
Hot-sided, like it wheel stood real high, and like it maybe got off the wheelie bars, and
it was going to make the trip, and then I don't know, something happened there, and
I seen it go pew. So,
but for John to get both cars that far was,
yeah,
after we didn't qualify, was a pretty testament for what he done, and both cars ran really well in that race.
Yep. So
give him props there. You know, I feel bad we missed the field by that little bit, but because all I could think every time we was making a good run, everybody else was shaking. I'm like, man, we should have been over in that field.
I mean, you got to think about it. I lost a car by 0.004 of a second.
Yep.
2,000 one race, 2,000 next race. Cause I had my, that was our goal, but that's the way drag racing is. That's what happened.
But you got to give props to Luis over there at Fuel Tech for doing that.
He did. Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's pure class right there.
Yep. You see what happened to it? You see what actually the damage was?
It was bad.
It keeper broke and it stuck the valve down. Yep. And he didn't have the straps over the intake.
And that's what I saw. The whole intake was all effed
dude,
up.
you see the shrapnel? That thing looked like a bomb went off, man.
Yep. That's whatever pounds of boost that thing makes.
So like you said, he's got them pinned shut. So whatever it makes, it makes.
Yep. So he wants it all.
All right, guys. Well, that's it. We're done gabbing. We'll check you out next time. Tune in. You didn't talk about, okay, whatever. Anyway, we're getting instructions, but check us out next time. Boost and Bullshit. Like I say, won't be next Monday, be the Monday after that, be the Monday before Darlington at PDRA Darlington. Me and you will be back on, and it will be 30.
Episode 30. Who would have thought that? Wow.
That's all right.
And the people, I don't know. That's crazy. I can't believe people watch damn flat.
No. To answer that last question, no, probably not. I'm pretty stuck where I'm at right now.
Oh, they bringing all the technical questions in now. No, I'm staying screw blower. I ain't putting that shit on.
Oh my God. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Appreciate it. Boost and Bullshit out.
We're out. Holla.